My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, I am very happy to come over here and praise and thank the Lord with you in this Eucharistic celebration. At the very outset, let me take to this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to our dear Pastor Reverend Timothy and all of you on behalf of my congregation. I am a religious priest coming from India. I hope you might have heard a lot about India. India is the 7th largest country in the world with the 2nd largest populations. A land of diversities and contradictions. I belong to Vincentian congregation, an indigenous congregation founded in India in the year 1904 in the spirit of Saint Vincent de Paul. To preach the good news to the poor is the motto of our congregation. Second Vatican Council has stated clearly that the Church is missionary in its nature. Every Christian is called to take part in Church's mission. Considering this one of the priorities, our congregation has opened different missions in northern part of India and some of the East African countries. Evangelization is the main thrust in our missions. Evangelization is carried out in two ways: by way of preaching the Word of God and by way of actions. To preach the Word of God, we adopt different methods. One method is called Popular Mission Retreat. It is a form of retreat invented by Saint Vincent de Paul. We priests go to the villages, stay with the people, we visit the houses, we listen them, and we preach the Word of God. The response to this retreat is enormous. 90 to 95% of the villages come to hear the Word of God. Hindus, even Muslims, come to hear the Word of God. We have some retreat centers in India and East Africa. As a follow-up program of this popular mission retreat, those who attended the popular mission retreat can come over the center and there they can stay for 5 days. The whole family can come and stay there. Retreat start Sunday evening with Holy Mass and ends Friday morning with Holy Mass. There they will have sessions, praising and worship, adoration, personal counseling, family counseling, and Eucharistic celebrations, rosary. After the 5 days, the whole family will move with more enthusiasm, more zeal. They are renewed in the Christian faith. We conduct Bible conventions in the cities and towns. Some places we conduct Bible conventions from morning 9 o'clock to evening 4 p.m. Some places we conduct in the evening. 6,000, 7,000 people may come to hear the word of God. Evangelization is not simply the preaching of the word of God. It calls for actions. You might have heard Mahatma Gandhi ji, the father of our nation. Once he told, if God appears today, he must appear in the form of bread. Yes, the good news of the Lord has to reach the hungry in the form of food, the naked in the form of dress, the illiterate in the form of education, and homeless in the form of shelter. Many of our mission stations are exposed to natural calamities. Sometimes floods wash away the whole village. The people are rendered homeless. Other times, drought destroys the crop and the people have to starve for the whole year. At present, I am working in a state called Andhra Pradesh, southern part of India. Kurnool dies, the place is called Velugod. There we have 3 missions. We have one parish and 8 villages around this parish. We have to go 15 miles, 16 miles, 18 miles to reach the village. We go by motorcycle. We go in the evening only, because if we go in the daytime, people may not be there, they will go for work. So, after the work, people come home and do their work and eating and everything, they may come to church. So, we conduct prayers after 8 p.m. Eucharistic celebration, adoration, sometimes other prayerful services. All these villages are very poor. They don't have restrooms, toilet facilities. They use open place for restrooms and toilet facilities. 60% of the villages live in a small huts, thatched house, single room huts. 70% of the villagers are illiterate. Parents may not able to send their children to the schools. Sometimes they have to migrate to one place to another place. So when they move, they take their children with them. So they are illiterate. Recently we started a school and boarding attached to our rectory parish. We take the children from the villages and keep in our boarding home. Parents are very happy to send their children. We provide them free education, books, dress, whatever they need. All of us are called to become missionaries. Some of us may think, how can I become a missionary? I have my family, I have my children, I have my responsibilities. Dear friends, there is no need of going to a far and wide place to become a missionary. You can become missionary staying at home. There is an old saying, some go by going to the missions, some go by giving to the missions. Without both, there is no mission work. The best example is Saint Teresa of Child Jesus. We know her. You might have read her books. She never went to missions, but she is considered one of the greatest missionaries in the church. How was it possible? She prayed for the missions. She offered her sacrifices, suffering for the missionaries and those who live in the missions. We can also become missionaries by way of our sacrifices, by way of our prayers, by way of our contributions. Mission work need lot of money to run schools, boarding homes, dispensaries, other charitable institutions. Let us share both our faith and wealth with the less fortunate. Let me bring to your notice another way of participating in the mission of the church. We believe Saint Thomas the Apostle came to India the 1st century and preached the word of God, good news. But unfortunately, India has got only 3% of the Christians, especially in northern part of India. Lot of mission work is needed. Good number of missionaries are required to work in the vineyard of the Lord. And fortunately, we are blessed with many vocations. Right now, many youngsters are coming forward to become missionaries. We have got 300 seminarians. They are studying in India and some of them are studying in the East African countries. But they are from the poor or middle class families. They are not able to meet the expenses of their formation. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, I request you to take part in the formation of the future missionaries. You can do it sponsoring a seminarian and thereby giving $20 or $25 per month. I know many of you may not be able to do out of your plenty. You will have to make sacrifices. The reward you are going to get for this gracious act will be this: you will have a priest son. You will have a priest son in your family to represent you in the Holy Eucharist and pray for you in a special way. I am very happy to tell you many generous people of this country have sponsored many number of our seminarians. If you are sponsor a seminarian, what you have to do is a simple process. I have kept some yellow sheet like this outside of the church. After the Holy Mass, when you go out, please pick up one sheet and write down your address and phone number on it, and please leave the sheet there. One of us will reach you back with more details. If you sponsor a seminarian, you will get the photo of the seminarian, and you can contact, you can send letters. He also sends letters on feast days, birthdays, Christmas, Easter days, like that. So, dear friends in Jesus Christ, I appeal you to contribute generously to the Indian mission and our congregation. Let me quote Saint Vincent de Paul: "Those who love the poor need not fear the death." Thank you for listening me. May God bless you. Thank you.